What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/EntitledParents. This story's called Entitled Parent Tries to Sue Me When I Defend Myself After Her Daughter Attacks Me. First, I would like to note that this is not my story. Both parts have been posted on r/EntitledKids. Original Part 1 and Original Part 2. This is Part 1 and Part 2 including all edits. I have fixed some grammar and spelling mistakes I noticed. This story all begins last year, when I was a senior in high school. I have a lot of stories about high school, but those are other posts for different days. Strap in, it's a long story. So for a start, let me describe myself. I'm a Korean-Irish girl, and I have what people call a ballerina's body, but I have strength in my arms and fists primarily. I also have, or had after this all went down, semi-curly ginger hair that was down to my back. I'm pretty extroverted, so I had many friends in school, and B was one of them when I was a sophomore. But when junior year rolled around, I noticed that B was very toxic. She started to control where we would go in the mall, when we hung out, where I sat in the cafeteria during lunch, stuff like that. She also acted like she was superior to other people. Many people didn't like her and complained a lot. So naturally, I started to distance myself from her. 1, I didn't like that type of behavior and it was annoying. And 2, I didn't want people I met to associate me with her and think that I acted the same way she did. B did not like this. I guess she liked being in control somewhere in a relationship. B didn't have many friends to begin with, so when I started not being her friend, she had nobody to hang out with. During winter break, I learned that she started hanging out with B's boyfriend, this guy in one of my classes, but I didn't care too much because I didn't know him. By the time we came back from winter break, they were making out in the halls, very touchy-feely with each other. Skip to summer of 2017. I saw B and B's boyfriend literally everywhere I went. I went to the fair and they were there too. I once went to the mall to get a custom-made umbrella for my cousin's birthday. I know, weird, but my cousin has a knack for collecting umbrellas. And lo and behold, B walks in with her boyfriend in tow and walks up to me and says, "Oh, hey OP, I didn't know you'd be here." I was very confused. Now, Redditors, what would a 17-year-old girl and her boyfriend want from a custom shop that only sells umbrellas and other winter items in the middle of summer? And I also knew that she wasn't invited to my cousin's birthday because she didn't even know my cousin. By that point, I was convinced she was following me around. Senior year swings around, and B starts trying to talk to me again, and I was having none of it, considering the obvious reasons. Then, the day before spring break, she said to me, "Alba, I've seen that you've been ignoring me and I really don't appreciate it. I am such a good friend." Honestly, B, you're really not. You're kinda manipulative. "How can you say that? I'm really good to you." I begged to differ. Then I walked away. She would shoot daggers at me when I saw her after that, and B was also extremely jealous. When B saw B's boyfriend talking to a girl, she would walk up to him and say, "How could you cheat on me with this floozy?" Friend, who was still semi-friends with B, had B's boyfriend's story sent to her by B. Basically, he posted a story on a Snapchat that said, "With the most supportive person in my life," over a picture of him and a girl, and B went nuts. She complained to friend that her boyfriend was cheating on her with who she called "that ugly horror bag." Turns out, that was his sister. Fast forward to May of 2018, when the crippity crap hit the fan. I was partnered up with B's boyfriend in my chemistry class that we had together. B learned about this and went berserk. She had the nerve to come up to me and say, "Keep your filthy, racist hands off my boyfriend, floozy." Keep in mind that she was completely Caucasian, maybe 2% of any other race, but very white. And I have never been racist towards anyone, unlike her. She's called my eyes ching chong slits and also called me a drunk ginger. And I'm the racist one? So a week after that happened, B's boyfriend had to come over to my house to finish the last part of the project. Turns out, B was planning to go to the mall with B's boyfriend that day, but he had to cancel to come to my house. B was steaming. So the next fateful day, I was in class with B's boyfriend and we turned in our project. We were talking about what grade we'd think we'd get, when B came in class with these big-ass scissors. Neither B's boyfriend or me saw her coming. That day, I was wearing my hair in a low ponytail. At this point, I was growing out my hair, and it was very important to me since I had to shave my head in 8th grade after an accident. I had a hard time reviving my locks, and I was proud until then. So, on account of a friend who was also in the class, and B's boyfriend, B came up behind me, pulled my hair, and cut it to about shoulder length. At first, I didn't know what happened, but when my brain had processed my snip sound, I knew what had happened. I whipped my hair around and stood up, and there was B, holding my hair in one hand and the scissors in the other. Here's the dialogue. "Did you just cut off my hair?" B then dropped my hair on the floor and said, "That's what you got for sleeping with my boyfriend, bench." Then B proceeded to slap me across my face. It didn't hurt, but I was angry. I looked down at B's hand, and it looked like she was getting ready to hit me again. So I did what was necessary and hit her square in the nose. All I hear was a deafening crunch and her hitting the laminate. Then she started screaming, "She hit me! Get her arrested!" Next thing I know, I was in the principal's office explaining what had happened and all my previous experience with B while waiting for my mom to get to the school. I was also very emotional because of all my hard work to grow out my hair had been foiled. So what you're saying is that B came into the room, cut off your hair, and slapped you because you were doing things with B's boyfriend, correct? That's about right. Okay, so how about you wait here for your mother? 10 minutes later, my mom walks in and starts getting angry when she sees my hair, because she knows how long it took to grow it all back. The principal quickly briefs the situation to her, and she gets even more heated. Basically, I was suspended for a week. I still don't know why I was suspended, even though I was just defending myself. We were told to come to the school for a meeting with B and her family and all the witnesses the next day. So the next day, we walk in and we are guided to a big conference room with a big rectangular table in it. We were seated directly across from B and entitled mother. They were both shooting us dirty looks. Also there was friend, B's boyfriend, another friend of B, and principal. Principal recounts B's side of the story first. She accused me of attacking her with my fists. When the principal asked why my hair was cut off, B says that she grabbed the scissors and cut off my hair so I would stop. There are many reasons why that makes no sense, such as the fact that when the principal came into the room, she was still lying on the floor from my punch. So there's no way she could have cut off my hair after I punched her. Also, 26 other people told that she attacked me first. Then entitled mother speaks up. "That wild animal attacked my daughter and broke her nose. She deserves to be in jail." Then my mom spoke up. "No, your daughter attacked mine and cut off her hair." "That's not true. My little angel is innocent." "This is bull, Dookie. You just paid all these people to lie about this." B's boyfriend says, "It's true. B attacked OP first, then OP defended herself." "You're supposed to be my boyfriend and support me." "Not anymore. I'm breaking up with you." "What?" B then starts bawling her eye holes out, and I was trying to hold back my laughter. So is Fred. "You don't even have any proof that B did anything." "Actually, that's why I'm here. I recorded everything." Turns out that B told Lisa what she was doing, and Lisa had enough of B's crap and recorded everything she had done. Lisa then played the video, and it clearly displayed my side of the story to a T. "This video was doctored to make B look bad." "Well, everyone and everything says otherwise, entitled mother." Principal then turns to me and asks, "Would you like to press charges against her?" Of course I said yes. Principal then reached out to the police and lets me and my mom file a complaint and press charges and stuff. This part is kind of blurry. The Sunday before I get to go back to school, my mom gets a letter in the mail telling me that we're getting sued for $50,000 for assault. We immediately got an attorney and looked into this. Entitled Mother was accusing me of assault and harassment against B, which is ridiculously untrue. Additional information! I ended up pressing charges for assault and stuff like that, and I'm pretty sure she got 4 months in juvie and community service. She also got expelled from school, and she does online now. I didn't want to give her max punishment because I want her to have a chance in life and be able to be a better person and get a job. I wasn't going to tell you guys what I did against her when we went to court, but someone wanted to know. I also found out that the court date is in a week. See you soon! I've been reading the comments and some of you said to countersue, and I've decided to do just that. I just need to gather my case. And if I win, I will 100% do the worm. Part 2. This story was mostly paraphrased because she had to leave for work in a half hour. Me, my mom, B's boyfriend, and friends all went down to the courthouse yesterday at about 11 a.m. When we were seated, I was getting my defense and my counterclaim against B. I decided that I had a pretty good counterclaim thanks to you strangers. B and Entitled Mother were glancing at me like I was gonna lose. Refresher for your brains, Entitled Mother is trying to sue me for $50,000. But little does she know, I'm suing for $60,000. So, court starts and Entitled Mother states her claim by saying that I broke my daughter's nose on purpose and that I owe her for medical bills, emotional trauma, and B's plastic surgery. They provide that judge with proof that I did. There was a TV in the courtroom and the pictures were displayed there. The pictures were of B's broken nose, but it was clearly photoshopped to make it look worse. She tried to Photoshop in more bruises and blood, but she failed miserably. The judge said, "Ms. Entitled Mother, are these photos doctored?" "No, not at all. That's what she did to my baby." Then I spoke up and said, "Your Honor, this is photoshopped. I have a copy of the actual photo." The look of shock on Entitled Mother's face could have powered an entire city for a couple of minutes. Thankfully, I had copied the picture when Entitled Mother gave them to me so I could think about what I've done. Entitled Mother tried to intervene and say, "Your Honor, you don't have to look at those. Just take my word on it. That one is the doctored one." When the judge looked at my pictures, she asked Entitled Mother, "Why would you bring doctored photos in my courtroom?" "They aren't!" The judge dismissed the evidence and we moved on. I stated my counterclaim. She caused me emotional pain and physical pain. I showed evidence like the pictures of my hair and stuff like that. Then it was time for the video. When the officer was bringing the TV in for the video to display, Entitled Mother said, "Your Honor, I have suspicions that that video is doctored." Everyone was shocked because she was the one to bring in Photoshop stuff. The judge ignored her. After the judge and the whole courthouse watched the video, the judge said, "This looks too real to be fake." "But it is! Trust me, she hit my daughter!" "Don't raise your voice in my courtroom." "But B doesn't deserve this. She's a good kid and hit no one." Entitled Mother then had to be escorted out of the room. "I did nothing to OP. She hit me in the first place." "But I see you cut her hair and assaulted her first." "But..." She had no valid answer for that. We discussed some other things. It was really boring. The lawyers talked most of the time during this part. Then came the verdict. It's Tuesday now and I'm up $50,000. The judge decided to go from $60,000 to $50,000 and he thought that B's and Entitled Mother's claim was ridiculous. Rightfully so. Entitled Mother actually lost $60,000 because of the court fees and lawyers, and also my lawsuit. I decided against doing the flop in the courtroom, but I did it when I was at home. I think I'm gonna use the money to go to North Carolina State, which is the college I wanted to go to ever since I was 13. I took a leap year because I couldn't afford it, so come next August, I'll be in school. I'll put the rest away in the bank. Thank you all for your supportive comments. Okay, so I have zero experience with the legal system, so I don't know a whole lot. However, she tried to bring falsified evidence into the courtroom, and wouldn't her lawyer have been, advising against doing any of what she did? Because I feel like that's what the lawyer's supposed to do. Make sure you don't screw up that badly in court. I don't know. Other than that, story was pretty good. Really long, but really pretty good. This story's called Mom Sent Me a Bill for Raising Me for $250,000. I've had a bit of good financial luck in my late 20s and 30s. My dad died in 2007, and my mom has been riding his life insurance settlement into the ground. She overspent 3 brand new Mercedes among a ton of other idiotic purchases since 2007, and is now having to Airbnb her house to make ends meet. In the past 4 months, I've given her over $5,000 to keep her afloat. Today, I received an itemized bill in the mail, totaling lodging, food, schooling, entertainment, and vacation expenses that she incurred since the time I was born. The bill exceeded $250,000. I called her this evening to congratulate her on her hilarious joke when it became clear that she wasn't joking and indeed felt entitled to $253,032.56 of my money. Her reasoning: I wouldn't be worth a tenth of what I am now without her influence. She said, "You can afford to lose that kind of money. Why not just give it to me before you do piss it away?" This is one of the many reasons that there are more than 2,000 miles in between my front door and hers. This is the last reason I needed to never give her another penny of my money. I've got a therapy appointment on Monday. I can't wait to bring this BS up. 2 things. 1, quit calling my mom a bish, or I won't have to ask my dead dad to haunt your ass. She's indeed crazy, she's no bench. 2, thanks for the support, it's exceedingly encouraging. Wholesome little ending there. However, his mother is kind of bonkers. She says he wouldn't be loaded without her influence, yet she had to rely on life insurance money and she blew it all. So obviously she's very financially irresponsible, but his dad wasn't because she could afford 3 brand new Mercedes with the life insurance policy that he had. But you know you got it rough when your mother is stooping that low to get that much of your money. Jeez. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.